everyone, astrobiologist here to talk about the ancestor of every living and dead creature on the planet, LUCA. LUCA stands for Last Universal Common Ancestor. So that's not necessarily the first thing that was alive on Earth, but it is definitely the little guy from which all other little guys are descended. LUCA is the top of the family tree. It all goes back to LUCA. But what made LUCA alive as opposed to like a virus? Well, like a virus, LUCA was able to make more of itself. But unlike a virus, it was not parasitic. It was able to do mitosis or cell splitting on its own. LUCA also had a cellular membrane, which kept all its wiggly little molecular guts on the inside and everything bad on the outside. It generated energy, or metabolized, by turning hydrogen and carbon dioxide into a salt called acetate. Now, acetate is the chemical that gives you a hangover, but it's also an important part of cellular metabolism. It's generally believed that LUCA evolved over 4 billion years ago, in a period of Earth's history called the Hadean. Now, the Hadean is in fact named after Hades because it was 1,000 degrees, extremely humid, and constantly bombarded by comets, asteroids, all kinds of stuff, as Earth was still becoming a planet. Yet it was in this environment that life took hold. This raises the really important and also extremely contentious point in astrobiology that if life can get started in the Hadean, why can't it get started in similarly extreme circumstances? We like to look for planets that have liquid water on their surfaces, but that doesn't even reflect our own genealogy. Anyways, we don't know that much about LUCA because there's no fossil evidence. All of the Earth crust from the Hadean has since been recycled back into the mantle and can't be accessed anymore. In fact, the only material that survived the Hadean was the stuff blasted off the surface by asteroid impact that landed on the moon. I have a whole TikTok about that if you're interested. So that's our last universal common ancestor, a rudimentary cell that went on to produce you and me and even Michelle Yeoh. Feel free to drop any questions in the comments, and I'll see you next time.